The student stood on the podium receiving praise from the teacher, but he was attracted by the girl running below. The girl waved at him with a radiant smile on her face. The top student was also infected by the smile. Oh no, he had already fallen into the net of love. The bus approached the school. Kang Yoon-ki prepared to get off, but the driver told him to wake the girl sleeping in the back. Kang did not like to interfere in others' business, but as the driver asked again, he reluctantly pulled the bag from Lee Hongju's arms. Lee Hongju woke up, rushed past Kang Hoo-young to get off first, so she did not see Kang Hoo-young limping inconveniently with an injured leg. The two arrived at the school gate one after another. Lee Hongju saw the teacher scolding late students, realized she was late too, and trembled with fear to escape. She aimed at the injured Kang Hoo-young, held his arm, lied to the teacher that she was late because she took care of him, but her play was exposed. Kang Hoo-young coldly told the teacher that he did not know Lee Hongju to prove it. He turned and asked her what his name was. Lee Hongju reflexively wanted to look at his name tag, but Kang Hoo-young covered it with his hand, and the false acquaintance was exposed. Lee Hongju had to accept punishment, while Kang Hoo-young, being injured and also the top student, was easily excused. Lee Hongju angrily looked at him leaving, and their grudge began from that. At recess, Lee Hongju complained to her best friend Kim Hye-ji that she was scolded again this morning, all because of that cold boy with the cast. Unexpectedly, Kim Hye-ji was not serious but shyly said she already liked someone. It was Kang Hoo-young, the top of the school. Lee Hongju, being poor in study, did not care who was the best. Of course, she had never heard the name Kang Hoo-young. Kim Hye-ji pointed out that the boy with the cast was Kang Hoo-young. She turned and realized it was the boy who refused to help her this morning. She advised her not to just look at appearance. But Kim Hye-ji had fallen in secret love and wanted to confess. Lee Hongju, not wanting to hurt her innocent friend, jokingly said she would use magic to make Kim Hye-ji and Kang Hoo-young a couple. When preparing to return to class, she accidentally saw Kang Hoo-young inside. She excitedly called Kim Hye-ji and waved to him. At that time, Kang Hoo-young, who had solved a very difficult problem, was praised by the teacher. Bored of the praise, he looked out the window absent-mindedly, just in time to see Lee Hongju happily waving, and her radiant smile immediately struck his heart. He could not take his eyes off her. Lee Hongju did not know she had stepped into his heart, giving courage to her friend. She went with Kim Hye-ji to deliver a love letter, but Kim Hye-ji trembled and could not face Kang Hoo-young, so she asked Lee Hongju to deliver it, even using the military address of writer Bang Joon-ho, whom she liked as the pseudonym. Lee Hongju accepted the mission. Despite her friends teasing, she delivered the letter to Kang Hoo-young. Would he reply? He was happy but then heard her say it was from her friend. She only delivered it. 10 years passed in a blink. Kang Hoo-young, living in America, returned to Korea for work. He replaced a friend in a blind date, unexpectedly met Lee Hongju at the cafe, and was mistaken as the partner. He removed his sunglasses and called her name. She realized her mistake, moved to the next table, ignoring him. He suspected she had forgotten him, but could not stop glancing at her. The meal ended. He refused to take the girl home, his mind only on meeting Lee Hongju again, wondering if she remembered. On the way home, he suddenly saw her waiting for the bus. He gathered courage to call her again. But the bus arrived. The car behind honked. He turned back. She was gone. Regretting the lost chance, he suddenly saw her eating at the diner next door. She had ended the blind date peacefully. He quickly parked, ordered the same dish, and asked if she forgot him. Unexpectedly, she called his name correctly. He then knew she had recognized him at the cafe. Only after 10 years, she still held on to his broken promise. Knowing he moved abroad and contacted no one, she added his number saying they could meet if free. Their friends would be glad. He directly asked if she was happy to see him. Hearing this, she spat her soup on him, embarrassed. As the bus came, she rushed off, unable to help him clean. She paid for both meals, telling the owner to give the change to him as laundry fee. He held the coin, regretting the short meeting. When he came to his senses, his car was towed. She later told Kim Hye-ji about meeting him. Kim Hye-ji grew excited, asking if he was still handsome. Though that crush ended 10 years ago, he was her first love. Hearing of him again, she could not hide her feelings. Kang Hoo-young was waiting for Lee Hong-ju's call, thinking she saved his number. Finally, a call came, but it was Kim Hee-ji inviting him to meet old friends. Hearing Lee Hong-ju's voice, he guessed she would come, so he agreed. The place was their old friend Kwon Sang-pil's restaurant. After 10 years, Kwon Sang-pil hugged him tightly and complained about the two troublesome girls. Kim Hee-ji, seeing her old crush, drank happily until she collapsed, leaving Kwon Sang-pil helpless. Kang Hoo-young looked around, still waiting for Lee Hong-ju, and finally saw someone staggering with messy hair. It turned out Lee Hong-ju had been sent by her boss to deliver a package to a director, unexpectedly meeting her first love, now the famous writer Bong Joon-ho. She was confused by the sudden reunion. Bong Joon-ho greeted her calmly and asked if she was doing well. Mixed emotions made her drink heavily. Seeing Kim Hee-ji drunk too, she hugged the table with her. The two went wild with alcohol, leaving Kwon Sang-pil in pain. Knowing Kang Hoo-young was near, he insisted he take her home. He followed behind, worried she might fall. Passing the school, she suddenly acted like 10 years ago, complaining that Kang Yoon-ki made her late and punished. Hearing her messy grumbling, the usually stern Kang Hoo-young could not help laughing. She thought he was possessed, for to her, he was always cold, heartless, only good at studying. After complaining, she formally shook his hand, welcoming him back. Saddened by her first love, she told him that first love only happens once. Like frozen food, it must stay frozen to keep the original taste. If thawed, it will change, so never meet first love again. He did not know what to say, for his first love was her. He not only wanted to meet, but to make up for the regret. She staggered forward. He was surprised she reached his own door, seemingly wanting to enter. Seeing her dazed cuteness, he smiled again. The girl, to help her friend pursue the hot boy, had persistently delivered 10 love letters. Seeing no reply, she scolded him as cold. But the one he liked was her. The reason for no reply was to have more chances to meet her. She seized every chance to give him letters anywhere. Outwardly, he seemed disdainful, but secretly watched her. Seeing her exhausted from chasing him, he could not help caring, even checked himself in the mirror before seeing her waiting outside the restroom. But to her, his silence was irresponsible. To pressure him, she copied the love letter on the blackboard. Unexpectedly, he calmly erased it, showing no reaction. Angrily, she asked, "Why act like nothing happened?" He replied that not answering was also an answer, telling her to say to Kim Hee-ji, "Instead of writing love letters, better spend time studying." Lee Hong-ju was speechless, criticizing him for knowing nothing about love. If it were her, she would never like someone like him. The student in front of Kang Hoo-young, hearing about their conflict at the library, was surprised why he acted so unusually this time. Because before, not only did he reject girls' letters, but also declined them tactfully. He thought something strange must be hidden, not knowing it was due to Hoo-young's secret feelings. Receiving a love letter, he used silence as the reply. All just to make Lee Hong-ju keep approaching him, to see her often. She never knew his hidden love. She was trying to write a proposal to introduce Bong Joon-ho's book. After writing for a while, she became sleepy and snored like a pig. He heard the snoring and came, found her asleep. Seeing her sway about to hit the table, he hurried to support her and gently placed her face on the desk. Seeing the proposal unfinished, Kang Hoo-young finished writing and put it in the box. She drowsily woke up, not knowing he had been there, and thought she misplaced it when she saw the proposal gone. She did not know Kang Yoon-ki had silently helped her. Back to the present, Kim Hee-ji blamed Lee Hong-ju for being late to the welcome party and asked why she was so late. She honestly said she had met her ex-boyfriend Bang Joon-ho. Hearing his name, Kim Hee-ji cursed and told her to stay away from that hypocrite. It turned out Bang Joon-ho was her first love. She took the relationship very seriously, but 3 years ago he went abroad without explanation. Facing her pleas, he left without goodbye leaving her in deep pain. Last night, after taking drunk Lee Hong-ju home, Kang Hoo-young found out she lived above his uncle's house and was a close friend of Uncle Truck. To get close naturally, he asked Uncle Truck to invite her to be his guide. Uncle Truck wondered why he ignored his unforgettable first love but cared about her, not knowing she was the first love, and reluctantly agreed. Uncle Truck called her to ask to guide his nephew. On the phone, she saw the photo he sent. Uncle Truck had boasted his nephew was loved by everyone. She showed the picture to Kim Hee-ji. In the photo was a cute little girl. She once dreamed of having such a child. Though not knowing when that dream would come true, the feeling of taking a pretty child out was good. The next day, she rang Uncle Truck's doorbell, but the one opening was Kang Hoo-young. More shocking was that the cute girl was actually him when young. She was speechless. She wanted to cancel, but he gave no chance, forcing her to keep her promise to take him out. She had to follow the plan to the amusement park. She used a moment he wasn't noticing to call Kim Hee-ji, wanting to give her the chance to be alone with him, but her father took her hiking, the signal weak, so she missed the call. When she found signal, she saw a message from Bang Joon-ho wanting to visit, and angrily ran home. After he talked with her parents, she warned him to stay away. Though he once betrayed Lee Hong-ju, Bang Joon-ho confidently thought she still loved him, and told Kim Hee-ji not to protect her too much. Unable to reach her friend, Lee Hong-ju helplessly accepted. She and Kang Hoo-young enjoyed games, laughing in exciting moments. After a happy day, the last plan was fried chicken by the Han River. But sudden rain canceled it. On the way home, he remembered her saying, "Never meet your first love." He wanted to tell her she was his first love, but she misunderstood, thinking he was blaming himself, saying he was cold and heartless. She quickly cut in and apologized. He thought she knew his feelings and spoke awkwardly, but realized they spoke of different things. He felt both annoyed and amused. She, not understanding, thought she said something wrong. To change the subject, she spoke of the car, but accidentally opened the window, rain pouring in. He leaned to close it, realizing how close they were. In that moment, the air turned ambigu, until she spoke to break it. Then he returned to his seat. At the entrance, he held her shoulder, pulling her close to avoid the rain. Again, the air grew intimate. To hide feelings, she quickly ran upstairs with an umbrella. He gathered courage to call her back. The confession on his lips, but what he said was hoping she would not forget the fried chicken promise. She closed the door, heart pounding. She had not thought eating fried chicken together could shake her like that. When they looked earlier, she thought Kang Yong-ki would kiss her, making excuses whether it was his charm or her desire. The next day at work, she was called by the director to meet the new writer about adapting a novel. But the writer turned out to be her ex-boyfriend. Bang Joon-ho, as producer, made her object immediately, though the director forbade refusal. After the meeting, she chased him and begged he not appear in her life. He calmly acted like knowing she still loved him, saying he went abroad for 3 years for novel research and now came back for her. She did not want to recall the past, only hoped he would not tell colleagues about their history to avoid affecting her work. But to him, her acts proved lingering love. He said like a betrayer that in his eyes they had not broken up, only apart 3 years. He even took out her letter to prove she remembered him. At the same time, Kang Hoo-young had finished work. Uncle Truck urged him back to the head office in America, but he could not leave her, lied of unfinished business to stay. Uncle Truck suspected he delayed because of first love, even thought it was Kim Hee-ji. He ignored his guesses. Just then he saw Lee Hong-ju and Bang Joon-ho at a cafe. Uncle Truck recognized him as her ex and called him a jerk. When she came out, Uncle Truck angrily asked why she was with him. Before she could answer, Bang Joon-ho held her hand and said she refused cooperation because she still loved him. Uncle Truck wanted to teach him a lesson, but Kang Hoo-young stepped up, took her hand and said, "Your hair tie was left in my car, go get it. It's my favorite one, let's go." After Bang Joon-ho left, she thanked him. Only at work did she realize they still held hands. She firmly refused to work with Bang Joon-ho. All colleagues guessed he was her first love. The director advised her to think, because giving up a big chance for an old breakup might not be worth it. Afterwards, Kang Hoo-young asked Uncle Truck about that man. Uncle Truck told him it was Lee Hong-ju's first love, Bang Joon-ho. Hearing this, Kang Huyong was stunned, the teacup in his hand falling. At that time, he had once helped Lee Hongju finish the book proposal. The author of that book was Bang Joon-ho. After that, something happened that broke his heart. That day, as an excellent student representative winning a prize, Kang Huyong had to go to Seoul for an interview. Just outside the school gate, he saw Lee Hongju with messy hair-skipping class. She lied that she was unwell and went home to rest. Kang Yong-ki saw her rushing away, clearly lying, and was not at ease letting her go alone. Kang Huyong gave up the Seoul trip and got on the same bus with her. She was annoyed by his following and harsh words, wanting to drive him away. But he was determined to follow. His mother and teachers kept texting. Kang Huyong ignored and turned off his phone. He followed her to a military unit, thinking she was visiting a relative. Unexpectedly, she said she came to confess to Bang Joon-ho. At that moment, his heart broke. The one he liked was liking someone else. His first love ended before it began. She explained to the gate guard she came to meet someone, but was told Bang Joon-ho's unit had moved. Other information could not be revealed, traveling far only to receive such a result. Her passionate confess, Sion was poured with cold water, leaving her deeply disappointed. He reminded her that if they did not hurry, they would miss the last bus home, but she sadly wanted to eat noodles. They went to a small restaurant. She used the excuse of spicy noodles to let tears fall. Kang Huyong could not bear to see her cry. After eating, he went back with her to the unit, begging the guard for news. Forced, the guard revealed Bang Joon-ho's unit had gone to the mountains, no family visits allowed for 6 months. Kang Huyong blamed him as a jerk, always contacting her but not telling about moving, making her trip in vain. They hurried to catch the last bus. She fell on the way, wasting time, and they missed it. She blamed him for not going ahead to stop the bus, but he could not leave her alone. Years later, that jerk appeared again in her life. Kang Huyong, furious, crazily thought of stopping her from meeting Bang Joon-ho. Uncle Truck saw his nephew suffering and realized the unforgettable first love was Lee Hongju. Uncle Truck was shocked, saying his smooth life would end because she was not someone who liked him back. Moreover, he was about to return to America. If still liking her, he must choose between career and her. Uncle Truck's words came true. His mother quickly texted him to return. Seeing no reply, she called Uncle Truck to urge him. Kang Huyong walked sadly on the street. At that time, Lee Hongju was troubled about working with Bang Joon-ho. She happened to see him but silently followed. He saw her shadow in the glass, and to be alone with her, reminded of the fried chicken promise. She agreed, but had her own plan. She wanted to match him with Kim Hae-ri, secretly calling her. He was angry when talking about Bang Joon-ho, taking the chance to scold, mocking her poor judgment. She countered that he had always been cold since school, not close to anyone. They quarreled without yielding. Yet in Kim Hae-ji's eyes, their quarrel built a wall others could not enter. Tired of arguing, she used the excuse of the restroom, giving Kim Hae-ji the chance to be alone with him. Kim Hae-ji asked if he liked Lee Hongju. He admitted he liked her since school. Hearing this, she felt bitter. She asked his plan, whether he would stay in Korea. Kang Yong-ki hesitated, not answering. Kim Hae-ji doubted his feelings were deep, warning him before leaving not to toy with her or face her first. Unaware, Lee Hongju later called her friend, gossiping about progress. Kim Hae-ji felt disappointed, not knowing how to face her, and hung up. Her words left Kang Huyong confused. About staying or leaving, he could not decide. Uncle Truck said bluntly, "You are not her type." Kim Hae-ji said, "You cannot overcome yourself." She too seemed to comment he was still mean as before. It seemed everyone told him to give up the 10-year crush, but he could not accept losing the chance. He was troubled, and she too had her own burden. She took a box from under her bed, filled with memories of chasing Bang Joon-ho. She recalled when she started work, she had said she came out of love for the job. Full of passion, the director overlooked her CV and accepted her. Now, having a chance to prove herself, she should not be bound by the past. She awakened, told the director she was ready to work with Bang Joon-ho, becoming producer to adapt his novel into film. The director was glad she matured, reminding her not to let personal feelings affect work. After one night of thought, Kang Hu-young decided to return to America. Uncle Truck advised him to say goodbye to her. He hesitated, having been pushed away repeatedly, each time painful. He headed to the airport. On the way, his heart lingered, forcing himself not to hope for a hopeless love. While torn, he suddenly received a call from Kim Hee-ging. She said Lee Hong-ju had an accident and could not come, asking him to check at the hospital. Kang Hu-young anxiously told the driver to turn back. He even left his luggage, rushing to her. Seeing her on the hospital bed, he regretted deciding to leave. She was unconscious, dreaming of childhood. At that time, she lived with an aunt. Because the aunt was pregnant, she heard her uncle talk of sending her to an orphanage or relatives. Young and afraid of abandonment, she forced herself not to cry, but smiled bravely. Later in high school, once sick, the nurse advised her to rest at home, but she begged to stay, asking for water when too thirsty. She slowly opened her eyes. Seeing the hand holding hers was Kang Hu-young. Back to the present, he wanted to call a doctor. She said she was fine, only fell avoiding a car. She told him not to worry. Again, he was hurt by her pushing away, but this time he held her hand on his chest for her to feel his heart. Unfortunately, the doctor came and interrupted. She was taken for examination, remembering his hand holding hers, her heart pounding, but reminding herself not to dream. He was her friend's crush, she should not have thoughts. As she had an accident, Kim Hee-ji told her father. He was uneasy letting them handle alone, so asked Sun Kyung-taek to go with them. Sun Kyung-taek was once introduced to her for dating, but already liked Kim Hee-ji. She did not want to bother him, but he drove her. Getting off, she nearly fell in heels, but he caught her. She thanked him, and saw him take sneakers from the trunk and help her wear them. These are washed, a bit big. But thank you. She then saw Kang Hu-young rushing, and knew Uncle Truck understood his feelings, so she asked him to act a play to bring them together. After examination, Lee Hong-ju on crutches went with Kang Hu-young in the elevator. She told him Kim Hee-ji had many admirers and should seize the chance. He was about to say he did not like Kim Hee-ji when the doors opened, people came in, pressing her close to him. They looked at each other. She recalled their vague moments and blamed herself for daydreaming. Confirming she was fine, Kim Hee-ji began her play, lying she was dating Sun Kyung-taek. She ran to hold his arm. He honestly apologized, saying he should not have gone on a blind date with Lee Hong-ju. The one he liked was always Kim Hee-ji. She praised his acting, not knowing it was true. To create chance for them, Kim Hee-ji pulled Uncle Truck to Sun Kyung-taek's car, asking Kang Hu-young to take Lee Hong-ju home. On the way, Uncle Truck asked Sun Kyung-taek about Kim Hee-ji. His expression was not like acting. He, unprepared, shyly hid his feelings. Kim Hee-ji then dragged them to classmate Kwon Sang-peel's pub. The three chatted. Sun Kyung-taek silently picked meat for her, carefully giving the best part. On the other side, Lee Hong-ju wanted to work early. Kang Hu-young mocked she was now a workaholic, once a delinquent skipping class. One sentence sent them both into silence. Her mood went back to the day she skipped class to confess to Bang Joon-ho. That night, they missed the last train and planned to find a place to stay overnight, but accidentally fell into a roadside water pit. Seeing Kang Hu-young flustered, Lee Hong-ju could not help laughing. To save him, she searched everywhere for tools. Finally, she found a bundle of straw, but it broke. He sank into the water. Seeing him struggling, she jumped in to save him. As a result, both were stuck underwater. Remembering that silly time, she laughed at home. She refused his help and used crutches to climb the stairs herself. After a few steps, she lost balance and fell backward. Fortunately, Kang Hu-young caught her. Seeing her struggling to walk, he left her at Uncle Truck's house and said for her prescription to buy medicine. Once he left, she unconsciously fell asleep. She dreamed of him turning off the lights and suddenly kissing her, then woke to realize she was pouting for a kiss, frightened and covering her mouth, blaming Kang Yoon-ki for teasing her and making her think nonsense. Not wanting to show strangeness before him, she tried to climb back to her house. Just a few steps, he returned with the medicine and saw her. He carried her upstairs like a princess. To hide her feelings, she clearly defined that they were only ordinary classmates. If not for Kim Hee-ji, she would not even know him. She believed he never noticed her. Hearing this, Kang Yong-ki was heartbroken and sadly went home. Bang Joon-ho was about to work with Lee Hong-ju, and friends advised him to tell the truth of the past. Maybe she would change her mind. Back then, he left for America because, as a writer, he was drained of ideas. Knowing she admired his works, he feared ruining his image in her heart, so he left despite her pleas. He did not want her sorrow because of him. Since he once chose to hide, now he would not reveal it. Eventually, they met again. He believed this chance from heaven and vowed to win her back. He was full of confidence but did not expect a rival like Kang Hoo-young. Returning home, Kang Hoo-young saw her business card on the floor with the title film producer and smiled. Years ago, stuck in the water pit awaiting rescue, they once talked about dreams. He dreamed of becoming an animation director. She had no future plan but liked animation. Seeing him give up, she demanded he give that dream to her. Later, she would pursue it. He never expected she meant it. It was as if she had fulfilled his dream. He was glad they had such a bond. The next day, Lee Hong-ju loudly complained of hunger. She texted for help in the group, asking Kim Hye-ji and Kwon Sang-pil to bring food. Unexpectedly, Kang Hoo-young told her to come down to eat. Only then did she notice Kim Hye-ji had added him to the group. Her two friends even supported warmly, one telling him her favorite dish, another teaching him to make her favorite dessert. Shielded from the news, she had a perfect meal. After eating, he talked about her work and demanded 5% income. Back then, when she accepted his dream, she had promised firmly, if she became an animation director, she would give him 5% shares. She seriously explained she was just an office worker, struggling for years, not even affording a house. Where would she find money for him? He laughed, saying he was joking. She then asked him never to mention those memories again. Anything related to Bang Joon-ho was something she wanted erased. But he said those were their shared memories. That day, Bang Joon-ho came to her company meeting, expecting to see her, but found she was on sick leave. He rushed to her and saw her with Kang Hoo-young. Last time he was her hero, he did not believe their relationship, but now seeing them together he grew jealous. He questioned her, saying she had promised not to change, but why abandon him now? She said clearly, her love for him had long vanished, and if he disliked, they could cancel the cooperation. Disappointed, he left. She sat at the door, sorrowful. She felt ashamed that he always saw her at her worst. Kang Hoo-young secretly rejoiced. Happy her love failed. Unable to restrain, he kissed her, lamenting imperfect memories. For some memories, only one remembered, as he had silently watched her countless times, hiding bitter love. Yet, there were memories only she had. That year in the pit, he slept on her shoulder, and she heard his heartbeat. She had forgotten that. Now recalling, she realized it was the start of her feelings. He kissed her passionately. She was immersed in sweetness, until her phone startled her. She pushed him away, warning not to joke like that. He sincerely looked at her and finally confessed after 10 years. 10 years ago, he had gone to the bus stop to confess. But his mother called, saying paperwork was done. He would be sent abroad. Since childhood, her word was absolute. He could not resist, watching Lee Hong-ju run happily to him. But he boarded the bus, choosing to leave without farewell, burying feelings deep. Shocked by his sudden confession, she said, they were only friends. She never liked him and never would. But after confessing, he shamelessly said not to conclude so fast. The future was uncertain. We just kissed, meaning we are no longer only friends. Not wanting to force, he left, telling her to think if they were truly just friends. After confessing, the usual cold Kang Hoo-young was cheerful, cooking while humming, thinking of the sweet kiss. Uncle Truck advised him to return to America, discussing with his mother to transfer work to Korea. He knew persuading her was hard, taking months. He did not want to be far from Lee Hong-ju. She, troubled by his confession, sought distraction by helping at Kwon Sang-pil's restaurant. Seeing her lovesick, Kwon teased, texting Kang Hoo-young that she was there. He hurried over. She, knowing, quickly fled. Kwon mocked him for liking someone 10 years yet not winning her. To push, he decided to act. Next day, he lured her to go out. Forced, she got in the car. Kang Hoo-young and Uncle Truck had been waiting, taking her fast to the sea. On the way, she and he sat awkwardly. Uncle Truck lowered the seat to help, leaving him no choice but to lean close to her. At a service stop, she wanted to get out, asking Kwon Sang-pil to carry heavy things. He ignored, giving the chance to Kang Hoo-young. She told him, "Pretend yesterday never happened." But he asked if it was about the kiss or him liking her. She was startled by his bluntness, quickly saying she wanted to return to being friends. She was uncomfortable now, but he found it interesting. He saw her care, he liked being with her, but she was confused after hearing his confession, unconsciously avoiding. Finally at the destination, she immediately called Kim Hye-ji to come, saying she hated him to death. From her denial, Kim Hye-ji sensed strong love, but she still stubbornly denied. Kim Hye-ji then saw Son Kyung-taek jogging at school. Under the sunlight, Son Kyung-taek looked so healthy, his body full of vitality that she could not take her eyes off. Her heart was filled with pink bubbles. She planned to greet him, but he suddenly turned another way. Kim Hye-ji used the excuse of returning sneakers and quickly chased after. Then she called him. He said he was busy and avoided her. She did not give up and finally caught him before finishing work. Son Kyung-taek looked troubled, wanting to say that the vice principal, her father, told him to attend a blind date this weekend, but he could not say it. In the end, he lied that the vice principal told teachers to go hiking. She thanked him, saying because of him she and her sister avoided going hiking with her father. Then she invited him for dinner tomorrow, thanking him for acting with her before. He wanted to say something but finally agreed. After receiving a call from Lee Hong-ju, she tricked him into meeting her and the others. She was very happy to be alone with him. While joyful, she received a call from her sister. After hanging up, she was sad. It turned out Son Kyung-taek was the one her father introduced to her sister for blind date. Her sister called, asking her to send a photo of him. She blamed him for not telling. Then sadly went to the seaside to take a photo for her sister. He wanted to explain, but she turned up the volume and sank into her thoughts. Lee Hong-ju and the others arrived at the resort first and went to the beach. While fishing, Kang Hoo-young saw the tide rising. She had to go inside. So he quickly went to find her. Like a child, she ordered him to dig. They laughed together, leaving cheerful sounds. When about to leave, she found a big squid. He pulled it with her. Carelessness made both fall. She fell on him. Seeing his handsome face close, she felt moved. The romantic air almost led to a kiss, but she covered his mouth. When all returned, she saw Kim Hye-ji pounding garlic with an upset face. Realizing she had worries, she pulled her out and asked if she quarreled with Son Kyung-taek. Then she told the truth. She had never dated him. She had lied before only to stop her from rejecting Kang Hoo-young because of her, but now she truly liked Son Kyung-taek. But he had rejected her. On the way back, seeing her sad knowing he would go on blind date, Son Kyung-taek stopped the car, saying he did not want it, only agreed because he could not refuse. He would explain to her father and sister, sorry for upsetting her. After being sure she liked him, she confessed openly, asking if he wanted a date, since she felt he also liked her. Unexpectedly, he was startled and seriously said absolutely not. Hearing all the story, Lee Hong-ju laughed at Kim Hye-ji, who always liked appearances, now liking him for his body. Kim Hye-ji did not understand why he refused. She was sure he liked her, but she would not give up. Dating was about human relationships, so she must be active, leaving no regrets. Her thinking influenced Lee Hong-ju at dinner. She sat next to Kang Hoo-young while Kim Hye-ji was more decisive, not only sitting next to Son Kyung-taek, but leaning close for photos. That night, Lee Hong-ju dreamed of being abandoned by her mother and aunt. The day Kang Hoo-young planned to confess, she happily ran to him, but he boarded the bus first. Next day, she went to class to find him, only to know he had gone abroad. From childhood, she always chased others' footsteps, but always was disappointed. This time, she dreamed he was leaving for America. He asked if she really wanted him to go. She woke and realized Kim Hee-ji and others had left the city earlier, leaving her chance with him. He brought breakfast, planning to take her out. Looking at his back, recalling the dream of farewell, she was sure she did not want him to leave. This time, she chose courage to confess. "I do not want you to go to America, so you will not go." She stepped forward, kissed the man who moved her heart. He finally got this day, kissed back passionately, confirming their relationship. Both shy and thrilled, the air was filled with sweetness. At her home, he could not hold back joy, moving close to kiss. Unexpectedly, Uncle Truck appeared, breaking the moment. He had received a call from his sister, his mother, knowing he had resigned, wanting to leave the company. She thought it extreme. After her divorce, she treated him and the company as everything. His action would hurt her deeply. Uncle Truck advised him to return to America first, promising to find a way to bring him back. But he, tied to Lee Hong-ju, did not want to part, even for a day. He asked Uncle Truck not to tell her. After showering, he wanted to see her, but she, with messy hair, lied that she had slept. He confessed over the phone, "I said I like you already, right?" He felt saying it 10,000 times was not enough. His 10-year feelings burst uncontrollably. Early morning, eager to see her, he called for breakfast but knew she had gone shopping with Kim Hee-at. He complained. Kim Hee-at, with her for 10 years, still intruded. On their first day as a couple, she did not know his complaints. To meet Sun Kyung-taek with new looks, she dragged Lee Hong-ju shopping for hiking clothes, also going to a salon for curly hair. Kwon Sang-pil saw them taking selfies with curly hair, excitedly sending to Kang Hoo-young, telling him the best way to drive Kim Hee-ji away was to let her fall in love. He was surprised, but after long waiting, he finally would meet Lee Hong-ju. Unfortunately, she met a drunken Uncle Truck at an intersection and supported him home. Before love, everyone helped, but after love, everyone became obstacles. He was very annoyed, but still carried his uncle upstairs. Drunken, Uncle Truck babbled, first mocking her first love, then almost revealing his secret. He quickly threw him down and pulled her away. At a quiet place, he wanted to see her new hairstyle, making up for missing her all day. Next day, both dressed neatly, enjoying their first date after confirming relationship. But just about to go, they saw Kim Hee-ji waiting at the door. She had dressed beautifully to go hiking with her father and Sun Kyung-taek. But hearing he was sick, the hike was cancelled. Upset, she came to them. Their private time kept interrupted. He was helpless. He held Lee Hong-ju's hand before her, hinting Kim Hee-ji was redundant. Seeing she would not leave, Lee Hong-ju recalled Kwon Sang-pil's words. The best way to drive her away was love, so she suggested she visit sick Sun Kyung-taek. Kim Hee-ji was moved but dressed in hiking clothes unfit. Without hesitation, Lee Hong-ju gave her pretty clothes. Kim Hee-ji was delighted, bringing salad under his house. She coincidentally met him sending his mother. His mother complained he had no girlfriend. Seeing her, she thought they were dating. Her eyes lit up, eagerly asking. Kim Hee-ji liked him, so she warmly responded. They talked happily. He, afraid his mother might say wrong things, pulled her to a taxi. Seeing his denial, saying they had nothing, Kim Hee-ji was sad, unable to deliver salad, leaving in sorrow. Hurt, she straightened hair and quietly returned sneakers. Seeing the polite distant thanks on the note, he felt uneasy. He wanted to apologize, even ask her out. But just as he gathered courage, a student interrupted. When she left the office, he hurried after, intending to apologize, but instead said, "Do you feel sorry for yesterday?" Still hurt, she sadly said she would not bother him again. Watching her back, he hated his clumsiness, unable even to say his true words. While Kim Hee-ji was experiencing heartbreak, on the contrary, Lee Hong-ju was enjoying a date with Kang Hoo-young, asking him what exactly he liked about her, making him laugh. For this question, he had no clue, unable to say clearly what he liked about her. She was dissatisfied with this answer, until Kang Hoo-young told her Every time she called his name, his heart pounded non-stop, moved without end, just the same as 10 years ago until now. After speaking, he leaned toward her, and when they were about to kiss by the call of their hearts, a phone call from Uncle Truck interrupted. Kang Huyong refused to answer, but Uncle Truck called Lee Hongju saying it was serious, telling him to return immediately. He took her home, waiting until she entered before leaving. The big matter Uncle Truck mentioned was that his mother had suddenly returned from America. Kang Huyong directly asked his mother to allow him to resign. Since childhood, he had followed her wishes. This time, he wanted to choose his own path. She not only disagreed, but decided to stay at the branch until he agreed to return to America. On the way to the hotel, she saw Lee Hongju waiting for the bus. She thought she looked just the same as before. 10 years ago, he had carefully chosen an animation tape to confess to her, but his mother forced him to study abroad. When she arrived, she saw the girl her son always longed for. Lee Hongju also found the videotape he left. While puzzled, his mother suddenly appeared, saying the tape was hers and even remarking mysteriously the type of girl her son liked was not as she imagined. She was confused, not knowing this was his mother, and did not know she was the one who cut off their bond. Back to the present, Lee Hongju went to Bang Joon-ho's house for work. He had carefully decorated, displaying everything about her, wanting to rekindle feelings. He wanted to reunite, but people around did not support. Earlier, he visited Kim Hyeji's home. Seeing a photo of Kang Huyong with her father, he realized she and Huyong had known each other long, feeling uneasy. Though her father admired his talent and was glad of his success, he warned not to bother her again. Bang Joon-ho explained he had reasons for leaving back then. Her father rejected this no matter what. He had to clarify with her whether to break up or wait, letting her decide. His reason before hurting her was a reason. After hurting her, it was just excuses. Back then, her father saw her sorrow and even told his female students, "Never choose men like Bang Joon-ho, who make girls cry." This time, using work as excuse, Bang Joon-ho wanted to close the distance, but she directly presented a revised manuscript, saying she wanted to withdraw from the project. Shocked, he suddenly had a seizure, making her worried. Unable to bear it, he told her, "Back then I left because of illness. Now do you want to come back to me?" Seeing his attack, she realized his departure was due to sickness. But the pain and disappointment could not vanish even with truth revealed. Love consumed could not be regained. She said she already had someone she liked, so they could not return to the past. His mother again insisted he must return to America. But Kang Huyong had his own stance. He wanted to try things never done. Whether hesitation or defiance, he no longer wanted her control. To cut ties with Bang Joon-ho completely, Lee Hongju wanted to quit the project. The director reminded her not to forget her first love for the work. At any time, personal reasons should not block her dream. Hearing this, she hesitated, feeling angry at Bang Joon-ho while he was sick. Refusing a work opportunity seemed all wrong. Her heart was tangled, unable to decide. Kang Huyong came to her. She told him to stand still, then crossed the road and hugged him. Feeling low, she took her boyfriend to the amusement park. They tried many rides, joy doubled with each other. On the way home, he admitted resigning. She asked if it was because she said not to return to America. He held her hand, comforting that he could do anything. Whatever he did, he would succeed. Hearing this, she felt reassured. At home, she packed animation books and Bang Joon-ho's novels, threw them away. Next day, she regretted, as they were proof of her dream. She searched, but they were gone. He rushed back, meeting her, wanting to stay longer with her, holding hands for a walk. After a few steps, they saw his mother. Lee Hongju greeted politely. His mother deliberately treated her as just a friend, thanking her for accompanying him. He held her hand tighter, firmly declaring she was his girlfriend. His mother reluctantly smiled, asking her to leave, wanting to talk alone. His mother blamed his rebellion on her, saying whether 10 years ago or now, he did irrational things for one girl. He explained, "It has nothing to do with her, it was my choice," but she clearly did not believe. That night, Lee Hongju secretly checked his house. At that moment, he was waiting on the stairs, gently pushing her upstairs. Hugging her from behind, knowing his mother would stay long, she wanted to live at Kim Hee-ji's house temporarily. She realized his mother disliked her, not wanting to appear before her. He told her not to mind, his mother was always like that, but he could not bear being apart. Not seeing her every day left emptiness. He embraced her tightly. In the dark night, they hugged. Though blocked by his mother, their love grew stronger. They planned barbecue at Kwon Sang-pil's restaurant. Just stepping out, she saw Bang Joon-ho at her door. Folding old letters into paper planes, she threw them one by one, unable to give her heart back. He declared breakup. She said they broke 3 years ago, but for him, those years were only separation, and now was the true breakup. As he threw another plane, it accidentally hit his mother's face. Seeing the love words on the paper plane and overhearing, she immediately realized their relationship. After Bang Joon-ho left, she talked with Lee Hong-ju, criticizing her for complicated relations with men. She did not want her son dragged into such mess. She emphasized her son would inherit the company, becoming successful if he wanted. This time, she came to take him back. She hoped Lee Hong-ju would let go. She explained she did not cling, it was he who always cared, making her moved. Though not conceding, she lost mood to eat, lying at her door in daze. Kang Hoo-young waited long but saw no one, so went to find her. At the stairs, he saw a paper plane with her confession to Bang Joon-ho. He pocketed it, asking why she did not come. She questioned him. His mother said he often changed girlfriends in America, hurting many. She did not want to pry into his past, but hearing from others made her uneasy. He begged her not to believe, only trust him. But she pulled away, fearing he might again leave without farewell. Now she could not trust him. He took the plane, saying he also minded Bang Joon-ho. She thought it was not the time, but he had seen her cry many times for him, so he could not help it. She had to explain, she and Bang Joon-ho ended long ago. Seeing he did not believe, her wound was touched. Back then, he too was like Bang Joon-ho, the one who left without goodbye. The conversation ended unhappily. Both were sorrowful. Lee Hong-ju sadly went to school to find Kim Hee-ji. Her love was troubled, while Kim Hee-ji had new progress. Since deciding to stay away from Sun Kum-tak, she purposely avoided him at school. But today, while passing the yard, he was guiding students in soccer. Before she could react, a ball flew straight at her. Everything happened too fast, no time to dodge. Frightened, she closed her eyes, but the expected pain never came. Sun Kum-tak had run to block the ball. Kim Hee-ji took the injured Sun Kum-tak to the infirmary, asking why he endured so much, yet refused to admit liking her. Finally, he confessed. The one he always liked was her. She responded that she liked him too. Sun Kum-tak touched, leaned in, and kissed her. At school, Lee Hong-ju saw students skipping class, recalling when she skipped class to confess to Bang Joon-ho. Back then, Kang Hoo-young was always by her side. In front of him, she showed feelings for Bang Joon-ho, cried for him, laughed with him, all in Hoo-young's eyes. Only now did she realize what she had done. Toward Hoo-young, who had always liked her, it was cruel. She understood his bitter feeling when he saw the paper plane. Meanwhile, Kang Hoo-young told Kwon Sang-pil about the issue with her. Kwon Sang-pil showed photos through the years with her when he was absent, wanting him to understand her life. She said she always had the same nightmare. In dreams, loved ones silently left. She tried chasing, only wanting to bid farewell properly, but could never catch them. Kang Hoo-young understood her pain. Because of many silent partings, she feared he too would vanish quietly, lacking safety him. Since realizing he had witnessed her feelings for Bang Joon-ho years ago, she felt guilty. After work, she rushed to find him. In her hurry, she was almost hit by a car, luckily saved by him who was also looking for her. They gazed at each other deeply, love shining in their eyes. Understanding hearts, they reconciled. Hand in hand, embracing, sweeter than ever. At her door, he was reluctant to leave. She also did not want separation, so invited him for noodles. A man and woman alone, whenever close, hearts raced uncontrollably, longing for more. She spoke of his America trip. She did not want him to give up his life and talents for her. He counted on his fingers the things he liked, working late with her, taking her to unseen places, watching the animation she made, and in every photo, she would appear. She smiled sweetly, glad his dreams were tied to her. She promised to realize them. The cardboard box under them collapsed. She accidentally fell onto him. He held her tight, not letting go. Lovers entwined. That night, they were together. Next morning, Kang Hu-young walked her to work. On the stairs, they met his mother. Seeing their clasped hands, she said nothing and left. Lee Hongju followed her steps. Though knowing she was prejudiced, she still tried to improve relations, for both loved him deeply. To stay in Korea, he sought investment for independence. His mother, countering him, met her first. Handing her an envelope, she opened in surprise. Alone, she walked in snow. Inside was a bank card. His mother had seen how much he loved her, no longer wanting to obstruct, but still with principles. He must return to America. She hoped Lee Hongju would accompany him, the money for her trip. Leaving home for a foreign land was not easy. She could not decide. She met an old teacher, Kim Hye-ji's father, on the street. She invited him to convenience store food, seeking advice. He told her to follow her heart. With her nature, she would live well anywhere. He had watched her till now. Among all students, she was his favorite. Then he asked, "Now, who are you loving?" "The boy who skipped class with me then." "Kang Hu-young?" "Huh? What? My genius student Kang Hu-young? Why are you dating him?" Later, his mother told him she was returning to America, but had hired a lawyer. His company had not processed his resignation. As an employee, his private investment seeking could be sued, stopping the funds. Before leaving, she told her son she had invited Lee Hongju to go with him. He imagined her confusion. Outside her door, he saw her light on and off, knowing she was troubled, unable to sort thoughts. He did not disturb. After a night they met at their old high school. She recalled the past, wishing she had met him sooner. Holding her hand, he hoped she would go with him. He knew it was not easy, but could not bear parting. She was honest. Her love for him was enough to abandon everything for America. But here was her life, friends, work. She could not. He understood, unwilling to force. He promised to return, then never let her go. After accepting the farewell, they cherished their time, eating spicy rice cakes, decorating a Christmas tree, taking photos, drinking and watching anime she worked on. She dozed on his shoulder. He paused the video, stopping at her name, and fell asleep beside her. Sometimes she met Kim Hye-ji. Recently, Kim Hye-ji was happy, secretly dating Sun Kum-taek, wishing to go public. One day, while she sat bored at school, she saw him with teachers. Waving, he did not react. Feeling unloved, she stormed off, her heel stuck in a crack. Embarrassed, she was seen by her father and Sun Kum-taek. He decisively helped her, kneeling to fit her shoe. From today, he would not hide love. He loudly called her father, father-in-law, deciding to marry her. Approved, he joyfully carried her away. They made love public, but Lee Hongju was not happy. She spoke of her looming farewell with Kang Hu-young. Though unsure of time, he promised 10 days. Kim Hye-ji worried. He could not confirm. Must Lee Hongju wait a lifetime? She suggested she go too, but here she had all, unable to choose. Soon it was Christmas. Friends gathered. Kim Hye-ji and Sun Kum-taek flaunted love, while Kang Hu-young messaged her, head down. She had not come, busy finishing work, often overtime, tonight all night. After her message, he said nothing, putting on a coat to call her. Sun Kum-taek spoke with him about the arranged date at the cafe. A casual choice led to dramatic fate. Next day was his flight to America. She, busy, did not send him off. He sat at the airport, head down. He did not notice her dragging luggage, quietly sitting opposite. She had worked overnight, using saved leave, giving her time to America. He hugged and kissed her emotionally. Hand in hand, they walked to boarding. He felt uneasy, asking if she had a visa. She smiled. "What is a visa?" The couple joked toward the gate. Along the way, he felt grateful for fate. In high school, by chance lying with her in the infirmary pouring water. When taking photos with teachers after winning awards, she happened to pass. He was drawn by her lively self. He saved her from a bike, injuring his foot. Later, limping to school by bus, he met her asleep in the back. Countless coincidences witnessed their love. All right, the drama ends here. That's it for today. Please like and comment. Now, goodbye, see you in the next video.